Auran Shereef Show, time value cost. I want to talk about what is time value cost. Time value cost of activities you're doing. Went out on a Wednesday night to a networking event. It was a AI generated mixer in DC at the Line Hotel. Like I told you guys earlier, do not isolate yourself at home and go out and network, especially if you're near a big city like New York, LA, or DC. There's a lot of opportunity waiting for you outside your house. So do not make the mistake of staying home too long and isolating yourself. You're just one connection away from changing your life. But I want to talk about time value cost of money and activities. What are you spending your time doing? And are the activities you're doing moving you towards the direction of your goal? Or are you wasting time? So I'll give you an example. I went out with some friends and I asked some friends of mine, what are you doing tomorrow? It's either I'm hosting a networking event or a friend of mine is hosting a networking event. And we're going to be networking with high-level business owners, entrepreneurs, elite type people to discuss ideas and synergy and things to work together. And a few of them said, I can't go out tomorrow. I'm doing my laundry all day, all evening. And I figured to myself, wow, you must have a lot of laundry to do, I guess. Or maybe it's really important clothes you're washing. And then I explained time value cost. Now, on one hand, you could come to a networking meeting, an event on a nice rooftop in DC and network for 3 to 4 hours and possibly make new connections, help you double or triple your income. On the other hand, you could spend a few hours doing your laundry, which, if you guys know what I'm saying, I think a lot of you are thinking you might even be doing your laundry right now, actually, and listening to this, which is fine if this is late at night and you already spent the day productively. But time value cost. I mean, some of the friends I was chatting with, the acquaintances that I met, they said, I can't make it. I've got to be doing my laundry. I have to do it. And there's about 5 things I want to say to that. Number one, if laundry or some menial task like chores or, dishes or something is the biggest thing you're doing for your day, guess what? You're living your day wrong. You're doing your day incorrectly. Or you do not have a large enough goal in your life where the biggest goal you have is your laundry or your chores or your TV or something. I know, because I used to have that in my 20s before I wrote down my goal of starting a tech company when I was 26 and I met Bob Proctor. Before that, I was just stuck doing daily trivia. And it's funny because on the back of Bob Proctor's goal card, he explains, it was like the back of a card, it would say something like, if you don't have a clearly defined goal, you're going to be stuck doing daily trivia until one day, ultimately, you become enslaved by it. And I like that term, enslaved by it, because you literally become a slave to your chores and your daily trivial things, such as laundry, cleaning, dishes. And before you know it, you spend 5 to 8 hours of your productive lifetime just doing chores. And you could have been working on your goals, could have gone to a networking meeting, could have met interesting people. You could have met me, could have talked to me on Instagram or LinkedIn or DM'd me on Connects, and I could have helped you. But instead, your priority was chores. So a follow-up with that is hire someone to do those menial tasks.
In about 10 miles, take exit 38 on the left to merge onto I-2.
Those tasks such as, chores, etc., and stuff like that. So the 4th thing is, again, having a clearly defined goal. Without clearly defined goals, you get stuck in doing daily trivia, daily trivial menial chores and stuff like that. So reach out to me if you need help, you know, writing down a clearly defined goal. You know, I also published one of 7 books called Connect's Guide to Success, and one of the chapters, it just talks specifically about goal setting, how to set the right goals that push you, to make you grow into a better person. Goals are meant for you to grow, not just to get. So when you're going after a bigger goal, you want to achieve something bigger in your life, you know, that's kind of what all the successful people do. They're goal oriented people. So again, the purpose is to explain time value cost of your activities. What are you spending your time doing? Do you really think doing your laundry on a Friday night, Saturday night, that's the best use of your time? You know, again, weekends should be spent socializing with friends, not working all day. And if you are working every weekend, Friday and Saturday night, you are probably incorrectly doing something during the weekdays. You have to have balance and integration in terms of health, wealth, love, and happiness. And if you're just purely focused on making money, that's helpful for a point, but ultimately, you're not going to take the money with you when you're gone. And I did a post about, my mother, who only had $10,000 in her bank account when she passed away, but she lived a very happy life. She traveled the world. She had kids. She was immensely fulfilled in what she was doing. She saw her grandchildren. She lived a full life. Would have been nice to have a few more years with her, but you don't get to pick your time. I think that's chosen by a higher form. So don't just focus on trying to make money that much. I mean, if you're at a point where you're truly struggling and you're just kind of stuck paycheck to paycheck, that's a different story. That's for another talk about, how to get out of the whole quote unquote, I call it, where you're just paycheck to paycheck. We'll do a talk about that another time. But for the purpose of this, time value cost of money and activities, really evaluate and look at what are you doing with your time every day, every moment. Try to track your day and activity. You wake up, you maybe take a shower for half an hour or maybe an hour, way too long. You have breakfast or lunch for too long of a period of time, maybe an hour, or on the weekends, you spend way too much time doing chores and laundry and TV and stuff like that, and you're missing opportunity. It's also called opportunity cost. You're missing opportunity to do something else with your life or accomplish your goals or dreams. So just want you guys to be focused on opportunity cost, time value cost of what you're doing. There's a cost to everything. If you choose and decide to spend your time watching Netflix, doing laundry, or just kind of staying at home and just doing menial chores like dishes, etc., I get that these tasks need to be done, but there's a point where you should just hire someone to do this so you can be involved in other goal achieving activities. Because at the end of the day, that's what successful, wealthy people are doing. They are not spending time doing laundry and chores. Their time is too valuable. And your time is too valuable. You just don't know how much your time is worth. And I didn't know either when I was in my 20s. I didn't know I was worth so much money, and my time was very valuable. Some people don't discover how valuable their time is until it's too late, when their time runs out. So you want to stay focused on what is the best activity, at this time to help move me in the right direction of my goal. What could I do to help me get to the next level, to get to the next goal? So I really, truly believe in evaluating what you're doing and reevaluating if it's the right thing to do at any given day, weekdays, weekends, but Specifically, I'm talking about I was just at this event and I'm inviting people to the next networking event, and their excuse is they have to do laundry. So, honestly, laundry should take less than an hour. If you have a lot of laundry, I understand, but this shouldn't be the most important thing for your day. This should be a very small task. On the weekends, like I said, I generally spend time with family and friends. I do not work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I know that's very cliche. My good friend Gary Vaynerchuk, I know he talks about grinding and hustling, etc. But I'm sorry, Gary. After experiencing a heart attack and watching my mother pass away, I would prefer to just hang out with family and friends on the weekends and have balance. I don't need to hustle and grind nonstop. You know, it nearly killed me just doing that. So I actually recommend don't do that. Do not do that on the weekends. Do not work nonstop. Take time to stop working. Enjoy your time with friends and family. Do not spend too much time doing chores like dishes and laundry, etc. I mean, if you're running a big family and you have kids, that's pretty big time job. But again, I would hire that out and hire things out. And with the invention of AI and robots coming out soon, let the robots or AI or something else do those chores to free you up for more important things you can do in your life. So, again, the word of the day, talk of the day for this episode is time, value, cost, opportunity cost. What are you spending your time doing that you could be doing something else? And please write in the comments, what do you think you're doing right now that you think you're wasting your time doing? Like, write in the comment, right now I'm doing laundry, or I spend too much time watching Netflix. Or do like a comment saying like, I spend 5 hours watching Netflix, and maybe something like, I wish I could work on my goals. My team will read it, will reach out to you, will DM you, will help you, because these traits and these habits are negatively affecting you and possibly destroying or ruining your career, your life, and your future self. Your future self will thank you that you listened to this podcast about going after your goals and dreams and time, value, cost, opportunity cost. What are you missing out on by currently doing the wrong activity? Now, I can tell you this from experience because I spent a lot of time incorrectly working on the wrong things before I was 26. When I was 22, 23, 24, I spent a little bit too much time relaxing. Like, there's an amount of time to relax, but if you're spending all day sleeping, that's bad. Okay? If you have some type of medical condition where you have to rest longer, I understand. But if you're a fully capable, normal, functioning person, you should be able to work and be productive. And you should rest when you're tired. I don't believe in sleeping 15 hours or 20 hours a day. That's way too long. You know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, sleep faster so you can get up and get back to doing what you want to do. And that could be working, seeing family, traveling to see friends, traveling to a networking meeting or going to a seminar or conference. I spent a lot of time traveling to conferences on the weekends, going to personal development conferences such as a Bob Proctor conference, Tony Robbins, the Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez, and now I host my own conferences, Auran Shereef seminars, Auran Shereef conferences, where I teach, coach, and mentor people how to achieve their dreams and goals. So, it took me a long time to get to where I was, but I spent a lot of my weekends learning, earning, and growing. But before I was 26, I spent a lot of my weekends partying with the wrong people and not working on my goals. I still go out now on Friday, Saturday, Sundays. However, I go to more elite level networking parties, rooftops. I host masterminds. It's very business networking focused, and I'm typically doing deals or making deals with people. It's not just purely, you know, just socializing. It's generally with some type of under theme or flavor of, money making conversations, which I love. I love money making conversations. Um, I'm not a big fan of small talk. How was the game? Who won the football game? Etc. Those are usually openers at networking meetings. Did you see the game last night? And then just to ice break and then kind of open into what I want to chat about. But in general, most of my time is spent in money making conversations. And it wasn't like that in the beginning. I spent a lot of my time chit chatting about honestly nothing, meaningless conversations that doesn't move you towards your goal. So if you're listening to this, pay attention to time value cost. I believe, in my opinion, listening to this talk is helping you because you're learning from someone successful who could help you get to your goals quicker. And I'm speaking from experience. What did I do before that, produced results that I didn't like? What did I learn from it? And what am I doing now that produces results that I do like and that I want? Before I was winning and losing, I was spiritually broke, financially broke, mentally broke. And now I'm spiritually, mentally, physically, financially where I want to be in terms of, the goals I wanted to hit. So, but again, it took time, practice, skills, and mentorship from the right people and surrounding myself with people that could help make me grow and averaging the income of the 5 people that I spend the most time with. It's very important to do that. I might even do a separate talk about this. You become the average of the 5 people that you're with. And I'm going to probably do a talk about that. So for now, time value cost. How do you spend your activities and your time? What are you doing? And reevaluate if the things you're doing is moving you in the right direction. And if they're not, you should seriously consider reaching out to me, AuranShereef.com, or looking into other ways to improve your life and career. Thanks again for watching and listening, and talk to you guys soon.